God bless you guys. How are you doing? God bless you. I want to talk about some updates, what's going on today, kind of give you an idea of what's going on, what the Lord shows me. As I've told you before, the Lord's given me discernment, so I'm able to look into the future. I'm able to see into people's minds and see what's transpiring. Even though the media says one thing, I'm able to look and see exactly what's really going on, not the lies and all the propaganda that's going on by the media. Anyway, let's start off by the crazy thing is Pete Buttigieg. It's Pete Buttigieg. Anyway, he's the Secretary of Transportation, and boy, what a joke is he. This guy is such a joke. He was in charge of pretty much transportation. I mean, he destroyed all the shipments that are coming to our Long Beach port and Los Angeles ports. He has no idea what's going on. He doesn't know how to handle any of that. He just made a catastrophe of that over the years that he's been appointed by Biden. And basically, they gave him $7.5 billion of our taxpayer dollars in California, of course, you know what I mean, across the country, $7.5 billion. And he was told that, it's been 3 years since then, and he was told that he would build 50,000 charging stations for, Teslas and all charging vehicles, 50,000 per year. And the last 3 years, with $7.5 billion, he's built 7. Yeah, that's right, 7. He was on the news and he said, oh, it's just so difficult to put these chargers in. The chargers are like $700 on Amazon, okay? It's like $2,000 in order to have like an electrician put that in. It doesn't take $7.5 billion. Elon Musk built 50,000 chargers, and he spent $1.1 billion. For 50,000 chargers, he spent $1.1 billion. And yet, Pete Buttigieg, out of 3 years, has built 7 chargers. That's it. He's installed 7 chargers. So he's just an absolute joke. And he's a liar. He's a manipulator. That guy will burn in hell. There's a place in hell for him. Absolutely a place in hell for him. Just a wicked man. Filthy, wicked man. The thing is with the Biden administration, the Biden's letting all these millions of people come through the border. Millions. I mean, he literally flew, 50 or 100,000 people in 25 different states and dropped them off in the middle of the night. Now he wants to give all these people amnesty. He wants to basically allow them to live in America for free, and their wives too. And now all of a sudden he pretends to be caring about the border. But people don't understand. This is all deliberate. Obama's been doing this. Obama's the Antichrist. The Lord told me that years ago. If you're not sure, feel free to ask the Lord yourself. But Obama's the Antichrist, and he has destroyed America in the 8 years he was in office. Absolutely annihilated America. Said he was when they asked what his faith was, what his religion was, he said he was a Muslim, a Christian. So people don't generally get confused about what the religion is. 8 years of GDP, the lowest GDP in all of 8 years in America, 900 executive orders, a full-on Muslim. He bows down to the Saudi king, just a filthy, wicked man. And here he is again, running America again to the ground. I mean, basically, it's the manufacturing's all gone in America. China manufactures everything. If you want dog food or clothes or whatever you want, you got to wait for it to come off from a boat in China. Target and all these companies, they order from China, supporting this communistic regime. Children labor and so forth. Unbelievable. Child labor and so forth. Nothing's made in America. At one time, we were the big exporters of everything because we had the fields to make food that we exported. We were able to manufacture anything, including vehicles and whatever else, tanks and airplanes and everything else, and export it. Now, they've cut off everything and given all our manufacturing away. This is the plan of Obama. And on top of that, Biden has spent trillions of dollars and sent them to Zelensky. When he was at the G7 summit, he was sitting right next to Zelensky. So it's okay for him to send trillions away. He doesn't mind. His goal is to bankrupt America, give every job away he can possibly can. He's always been a habitual liar. He's lied from the time he was younger on. He's been in Congress for 20, 30 years, lies and lies. All the false paperwork he's gotten, the top secret information he's got when he was the vice president and took home. Now that's being investigated by the Republicans. Of course, his son is a drug addict and a flat-out liar, and he'll be in hell too. Convicted felon, a real convicted felon, not the fraudulent case against Trump. And on top of that, you see the NWO around the world. You see the Bill Gates and George Soros and Warren Buffett and all these people, Klaus Schwab and all these people, New World Order, talk. Basically, the plan of the world is to They don't know that the tribulation's coming. Their plan is to issue their own tribulation in to America and the world. So that's their definite plan. So that's the reason why when Republicans said the other day, I'm just confused because nobody's running. The Democratic Party is not running on any promises, meaning they've wrecked America. We have a 51-year high inflation, high gas prices. We have just everything that's just incredibly going wrong. Our manufacturing's gone. We've got millions coming over the border illegally. Crime rate is through the roof across America. Stores are closing left and right. Small mom and pop businesses have been closed down. And basically, they're not running on that we're going to try and fix it or improve it. The Democrats are simply campaigning on nothing. He said it's real weird, but they laugh all the time and they have no statement. But I caught that the very first day in office when this fake election kicked in. And what happened was, what they're laughing about is that they feel that they're just going to engage everybody. They feel that they're going to push this, get this going right here, and just cage everybody. I mean, Klaus Schwab said himself, in 7 years you will nothing and be happy. So they just want to take everything away from you. And you can see now that Biden is even trying to draft. And already everybody from 18 to 26 has already been automatically registered in the draft. Isn't that nice of him? And just force everybody in. You can see we're getting ready to enter a World War III here. Because France and Germany, all these countries are getting ready and they're amping up their soldiers. They're trying to get their military. Europe, of course, has always been weak and has had no military. But they're trying to amp it up. And Russia, of course, as I told you a few weeks ago, moved some of their ships, their nuclear subs and their ships right off the coast of Cuba. And I said Biden will do nothing because Biden wants America to be destroyed. And sure enough, Russia shows up and Biden says, oh, you know, it's routine. They asked the White House, we've got Russian nuclear ships 90 miles away from the southern tip of Florida. And in 1962, that became a crisis. When they said they were going to do it in 1962, Russia did. America, at that time, John F. Kennedy, sent our ships, and we blocked them. And we said, if you cross this line, we met them halfway out and said, if you continue to Cuba, there'll be a world war. And they turned around and went home. Now they show up and the current administration says it's just it's routine for Russia to be 90 miles south of our border. Their missiles, which will go 2,500 kilometers, will reach the White House, South Carolina, North Carolina. It'll reach the East Coast. And I believe, as I've told you, that World War III is about ready to happen as the Rapture happens. And I believe as Israel nukes Iran, but I believe Russia is going to nuke Poland, because they're threatening nuclear war, and the world is pushing them to nuclear war. And I believe that when they nuke Poland, this will ignite everything. And I believe when America, as soon as they nuke Poland, right around October 2nd to the 4th, the next feast to be fulfilled. There's 7 feasts, 4 have been fulfilled. The next feast to be fulfilled, the Lord only does things on feast. This Feast of Trumpets, the last trumpet, right? That's the rapture, the last trumpet. That's the New Year's Day for Israel, by the way. When this happens, because the Lord only does things on feasts. He doesn't do it on any other day, only on Jewish feasts. 4 have been completed. This is the next one. When the rapture occurs on that feast day, October 2nd, pushing that night, 2nd to the 4th. When that happens, America is going to be rocked by meteors, just like Sodom and Gomorrah got hit by meteors and was destroyed. America will be rocked. Woe to the great city in 1 hour was destroyed. The world was a harlotry to it, and the world earned its wealth off of it, and the world wept because in 1 hour it was destroyed. And that would be America. America needs to be destroyed because it's not part of the tribulation. It's not part of the beast system. We're stopping the beast system. The Christians are holding it back, number one, right? Before he's revealed, that's the Antichrist Obama, he's taken out of the way. So we're taken out of the way. The Holy Spirit that's in us is taken out of the way. But in the meantime, before that happens, that world war is going to ignite. And America at the same time, this is why in Micah 7:2 it says, the righteous advance, but the world will barely notice. Because at that same time, Russia is going to be nuking America. China will nuke America. They're going to see America in trouble, hit by meteors, rocked by earthquakes. The West Coast drops into the ocean. The East Coast gets hit by massive high mile waves. Ocean waves that are miles high gets rocked from the Canary Islands. There's a small earthquake in the Canary Islands that activates that because Canary Islands have been very unstable. That tidal wave heads to New York. Nobody can escape, and it wipes it out. The San Andreas Fault going up and down California and through the United States rocks it and breaks California in half and drops it in the ocean. The Northern California is gone. Southern California is gone. All the way up to Lake Arizona is gone. On top of that, you have several earthquakes that go off. Yellowstone National Park, that goes off. That'll rock most of America and drop it in the ocean. Everybody will drop right into hell. At that point, Russia is going to see on the news. They're obviously going to see with their own eyes what's going on, and they're going to nuke America. Chinese will nuke America. And if there's anything left, I mean, you have to remember the big thing right now is with this war happening, William Branham's prophecy, 1933, he says he saw a black woman become president, vice president, or president of the United States. That's Kamala Harris. He said this 87 years ago. He saw her become president. He saw a white president step down. They're talking every day. They've been talking about for 4 years, but every day they're talking about Joe Biden stepping down. William Branham said that Joe Biden, essentially this president would step down. She would step up to presidency. They were joking the other day about you're going to be president soon. And he says when he heard that explosion, when he saw her become president, he heard an explosion and he turned and America was wiped out. It was barren. Big craters went up from the meteors and the earthquakes. The huge meteors that hit America and broke it in half, and the earthquakes. And the world will be knocked off its axis. The North Pole will be knocked off its axis. The South Pole will be knocked off its axis, which will create tidal waves. Then you're going to have the earthquakes that came, the meteors that came is from the sixth seal. The sun, the stars were thrown to the earth. That's the meteors that hit America and destroy it. Okay? The New World Order is counting on the New World Order, okay, around the globe, and Obama the Antichrist and Pope Francis the false prophet, they are counting on, they're trying to aggravate Russia, believe it or not, as crazy as it sounds, to activate a nuclear war because they feel a nuclear war will depopulate the world because their goal, sounds as crazy as it is, that they want to eat steak dinners and have nice meals, release the AI robots, and the robots will take over. Elon Musk has the robots. He's also got the Neuralink that's wrapping every day he sends up satellites that wrap around the planet so they can in real time track you, cage you, kill you, and then have the robots released to do the jobs while radiation's going off across the world and the ozone layer's gone. People will have to go underground. It's insane, and they're going to be tracking everybody. That's when the beast system is in place. That's all going to happen very soon. That's why they laugh all the time. The Democrats have no intentions of running again. Their idea is that they're just going to put everybody in cages. September 23rd, which is the 79th, I believe, the General Assembly of the UN is the plan to activate the STGs. The STGs are what Pope Francis went up on Mount Sinai, declared a one world religion, and said we must all follow the STGs. The STGs is similar to a communist system where they track you and trace you, and if you don't have this and a score they attach to it, then you can't buy or sell or go anywhere or travel anywhere. They limit what you can do. Full censorship, full communistic control. That's where we're at right now. So, and Israel, right now is continually fighting through Rafah. They're continually going after Hamas. They soon will be nuking Iran's reactor. Hezbollah has been firing it up, sending hundreds of missiles in the last several days at Israel. So it's like Hezbollah stepping up while Hamas is almost getting removed entirely, extinguished. So that's going to ignite the Hezbollah war, which is what I'm waiting for. Hezbollah has 180,000 missiles. They won't be able to fire 180,000 missiles every day. An expert from Israel said it takes a while, so they can fire 3,000 missiles a day because a lot of these missiles are buried underground. The danger that Israel's worried about is they have a lot of guided missiles. These guided missiles can hit Israel's capital. They can hit their nuclear reactor. So these missiles, they are buried underground and hidden. They have full tanks hidden. Their tunnels go from all the way from Lebanon to Israel and through Hamas because Egypt sends billions of weapons, billions of dollars. They sell weapons to Palestinians for billions of dollars, and they travel literally by truck underground in these big diesel trucks underground all the way to Israel and they unload all those weapons. That's why when Israel was going through these tunnels, they didn't be able to find a cache of weapons, huge cache of weapons, big times, all kinds of weapons. And this has been a multi-billion-dollar business from Egypt and so forth. So that's kind of what's going on right now. Netanyahu's right wing of the cabinet is kind of just dissolving altogether. He's going to keep the right wing, but I should say the left wing of the cabinet. The sort of the liberals of the cabinet don't want anything to do with it. So he's leaning mainly on his right wing. And there's no peace agreement. That's not going to happen. I guarantee the only peace agreement that's going to happen is when we get Rapture on October 2nd to the 4th, and they sign the 7-year peace agreement, because you're going to have radiation from America, which is destroyed. The nuclear bombs that have been gone, that Russia just sent over to America, annihilated when it was already being rocked by meteors and earthquakes, and America's all gone, wiped out and broken off into the ocean. The radiation, when Israel nukes the Iranian reactor, Obama financed it. He took billions of our taxpayer dollars and funded the Iranian reactor. They're going to bomb the Iranian reactor. They bombed Iraq's reactor in the past, Syria's reactor in the past, and recently, when the 350 missiles from Iran were sent over, they were going to bomb it then, but Biden begged them not to. I knew they weren't going to. It's a peace. Right now, it's a Rapture pause, and we're still waiting for that peace agreement to happen. When that war will ignite the peace agreement, because Israel's walls are going to go down. The Psalm 83 war, which is going on right now, when Jerusalem's surrounded by armies, they're surrounded by Hezbollah and Hamas and the Houthis and Syrian militia, they're surrounded by all that. They have to attack first, and then the walls go down, because there's 3,000. They can send 3,000 missiles a day for 3 months straight. So 3,000, 3,000, 3,000 every single day. The Iron Dome takes out about 75%. It will not be able to take out 3,000 missiles per day for 3 solid months. It will not be able to handle that kind of a load. That's like almost 207,000 missiles. It won't be able to handle that load. And some of these missiles are going to go through. We know, of course, where they're going to hit. The Lord had showed me it's going to hit the Dome of the Rock, and that's where they're going to build the third temple. If you try to destroy the Dome of the Rock right now, nobody can even get near it practically. They won't even let the Jews get near it. I mean, they'll practically start a world war. But, however, ironically, Hezbollah will be the one firing the missiles off, and everybody else, and Iranians' proxies, and those missiles will hit the Iron Dome, the Dome of the Rock. And then they'll have that property to build the third temple, which they've been planning for years, and they've got it ready to go. The 10th heifer should be sacrificed October 2nd to the 4th. One Grand Rebbe said years ago that when the 10th heifer is sacrificed, then you know the Messiah is coming. Well, they've already sacrificed 9. They want to sacrifice the 10th on the Feast of Trumpets, October 2nd to the 4th, 2024. Once again, thank you also for helping me. If you continue to send money, I'd appreciate it. I have a PayPal link below. Please feel free to click on that. I've been on my car for 4 years and a month. My brother's been sick for 13 years, and I greatly appreciate your help. Anyway, let's continue on. So Russia's there on the border. Russia's going to hit Poland. They're going to hit America. Israel's going to nuke the Iranian reactor. Chinese is going to take over Taiwan. Just a lot of things going on here. I also want to talk about, Connecticut said today that the Bar Association, the Legal Bar Association, the Lawyer Bar Association said that anybody that talks about court cases that are bad, not even only in their state, they're liable to pull people's license. If you can believe that, they would just bar them as a lawyer because they talked about some fraudulent case like Trump's attorneys are doing. They would possibly pull their license. That's what a fraudulent country we live in right now. Just absolutely crazy. BLM trying to take over all the lands, control all the lands. They put ceramic and metal widgets inside trees. So when you have people out there trying to cut these trees down, loggers, they end up like sometimes hitting these metal spikes, and the electric chainsaw will cut one guy's face in half and cut him up. I mean, it practically kills them. It's horrible. And these are BLM people that are working for, Department Bureau of Land Management, federal, that can try to control the property that really belongs to us, we the people, under the Constitution of the United States. And they're trying to put these widgets in to stop these people from even cutting down. Biden's plan is no gas, no fuel, no natural resources at all. So that basically we will just collapse as an economy. That's how sick he is. He'll be in hell for it. So Obama, the Antichrist. So anyway, God bless you. I hope they won't delete this video like they constantly play games with. YouTube does. God bless you. I'm also on Rumble, just to let you know. And God bless you. Thank you again for your time, and thank you for sending money and helping me.